Hey guys, Pastor Mo here. Welcome back to another volunteer training video. Yep, back at it again. However, this latest video is to help you to remember what to do when we are in the building on Tuesday and Sunday nights and during the three major sections of our services. So, if you didn't know, we split up our services into three major parts. Just simply remember pre-service, the actual service, and then the end of service. Or if you can't remember that, remember these words: know, be, and do. Let me break it down for you like this. During the pre-service time, our objective during that time is to get to know the students. It's all about relationships, learning names, learning faces, points of contact, connecting. That's so important. I'll explain why here in just a few minutes, but it's all about getting to know the students. We've created that time for community and for connection, and it's so important that we interact with the students that are coming into our building. Okay? During service, it's all about being the example. So just be the example. Be the example in worship and prayer. During the message, be the example of how to engage in a service. A lot of students coming to our services aren't from churches. They have no church background, and they're going to follow your example, not mine. Here's the thing: followers teach other followers how to follow. So be a good follower, show them how to follow. And then towards the end of service, whenever we do a response time, do the ministry that's in front of you. Be ready to pray. Encourage the students. Put your arm around them. Love on them. Lead an interactive or a small group. Just do whatever is necessary for that night to do the ministry, and whatever the Holy Spirit has put on your heart, get ready to do that. All right? Let me show you how this plays out practically in our building and by kind of volunteer positions, so to speak. So on the main floor and the first floor, these are the two areas that our students are most likely to encounter a youth leader. So let's say we schedule you to be a greeter on Sunday night. You see students walking up to our building, open the door for them, give them a high five, big smile on your face. Hey, how's it going? What's your name? I'm so-and-so. Introduce yourself. You are the very first point of contact into the building, and it's so important that we get that right. So they turn the corner, they head down towards the WSM wall. On Sunday nights, we have check-in up there. On Tuesday nights, it's downstairs. But if you're running check-in, it's your responsibility to get their information. If it's their first time, give them a connection card. If they're not in the iPad, get them in the iPad. If they don't have a Realm account, get them in Realm. But this is a great opportunity for you to learn names and faces, ask them how their week went, read their body language, give them an event calendar, get them psyched up. This is just another great point of contact. So they go down the stairwell, they come down to the first floor, they hit that landing. If you're running security, or if you're in the orange section, this is a section here, sometimes we have a ping pong table set up or just some other things going on, but we want to make sure they're not going into the preschool. We want to make sure they're not going down into the back hallway, but most importantly, we're interacting with them. So again, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Have you been here before? No, let me introduce you to some people, that type of thing. They come down here outside the youth room where the carpet ball table is. Challenge them to a game of carpet ball. Here's my number one rule: never let the kids win, okay? So create a friendly competition. This is the yellow section. These two sections aren't marked on the outside of the youth room, but these three on the inside of the youth room are. So if you're a section leader, or if you're working the Grub Hub, whenever a student walks into your section, it's just about points of contact. So just say hi, give them a smile, high five, do whatever. If you're running the Grub Hub, lots of hospitality, can I help you with anything? Ask them about their week. This is so important that we are getting to know the students during that pre-service time. All right? So let's say you're the service host and the countdown is at 0. You got the mic, and now you're bringing people in to the worship area here. You and I and everybody else, our main focus during the service time is just being the example. Be an example worshiper and a person of prayer. Take notes, ask questions during the service, help other students stay focused and not be a distraction. I think one of the things that I'm so excited about in our student ministry right now is we have a ton of kids with zero church background coming into our church, and so we can't blame them for not knowing how to behave, so to speak, in our church, or how to engage, I guess, which is even a better term, how to engage in a youth service. So let's show them how to do that, okay? And then whoever is speaking that night, when they're done, and we call leaders down to the front, unless you're like the tech team leader or the service host, we probably want you to stay at your post, or maybe you're helping out with worship or whatever the case may be, but we want to make ourselves available to do the ministry, the ministry of prayer and encouragement, and just allow the Holy Spirit to use you. If He puts something on your heart, if He gives you a word of knowledge, or if you just notice some things during service and you have an opportunity, don't hesitate. Do whatever the Holy Spirit puts on your heart, okay? Now, this is so important. This moment right here at the end of service is so important because it flows from the beginning of service. I had a youth pastor buddy of mine say that there is no discipleship without relationship. So the more likely we are to make relationships with students and to make connections with them, I believe the more likely the Holy Spirit will open up doors for us to disciple them and to minister to their hearts, okay? So don't underestimate the importance of relationships. Students are much more likely to open up to you if they know that you know them and you love them and they can trust you, okay? So that's basically it. Know, be, and do. Pretty simple, straightforward. Hope you can remember that. If you have any situations where you don't know what to do, if you have questions, please ask. We're here for you. We want to help you and equip you to be the best youth leaders that we possibly can. So we love you guys and we appreciate you so much. Have a great week, and we can't wait to see you at our next service.